This should work better. Go figure. Only whenever you go to set it up and to make a video, your batteries just decide to take a dump, basically. Sorry about using the terminology, but that's basically what happens. I don't have the spare batteries out here with me. I should have brought them back with me. But if you haven't noticed, I actually brought up last ITL, maybe about bringing about miking up, because I know my voice goes down low. And sometimes the microphone on the camera doesn't bring my voice up. It picks my voice up as well. And one of my viewers that everybody kind of knows, Moto Batman, he's from Tennessee. He said, "Yeah, mic up, Mike." He's one of my supporters for the you're all my supporters, but he's one of my long-term supporters, the ITL. He mentioned that, and like, yeah, sure, I'll drag out the microphone setup and see about getting hooked into this camera setup, because I've never actually had it set up in this camera setup. It took me a little bit to get everything hooked up, but I got it set up. Needless to say, I never changed the batteries in my wireless setup. And of course, I was sitting here just trying to start the video up, and I looked down because I noticed that the signal was getting lower and lower and lower and lower for the microphone. I looked down and it's like, well, I'm not getting the signal. Well, the batteries are dying out, so it's not getting the signal. So I just got the battery pack to go closer. So I'll also not have the wireless. So it'll be okay for a while. I just change the batteries when I get in the house. No big deal. No big deal. I've been dealing with batteries ever since I came out here, actually. You see the lights that I'm pointing up, those little pod lights. There's two more, one there and one just off screen. And I have 6 of them all together. And 2 of them over here. I had to change out the batteries for those, because those are battery operated. It's actually pretty cool because they're on a remote too. I carry the remote in my pocket whenever I come in on my bike. And they're awesome because there's no sense of running the garage lights when you come in at nighttime. You just turn them on, and as you come in, that way they go off after an hour, I think it is. They automatically turn themselves off, or you can set them up to turn themselves off after like 10 minutes or half an hour or something like that. You actually change the colors too. So they're kind of cool. They're built for other, like under the counter and stuff too, but they're kind of cool for. There were plenty of light for out here in the garage for, you know, walking around or even doing simple little jobs just under the counter of clothes. And for what I do around here, they do good for that. But yeah, let's get down to the topics. Got off topic. Don't I always? You see the face mic that I decided to put on. I hate the lapel mics. They never pick my voice up right. And this way I can actually move my face around and not have to worry about picking my voice up properly. And I had the heater on in here for a short period of time. First time this year, in the year, that I actually had a heater on in here. I had to turn it off. I'm losing my batteries. I'm gonna have to stop this to clean the batteries. Give me a minute. Well, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Get my seat all recombobulated. Get that back in order. Yeah, batteries. I mean, you think they last a lot longer than, say, 4, 5 years. I think that was maybe 3 years. That was the last time I changed the batteries in this. Yes, this is actually the wireless mic setup I paid like $25 for. People go out there and they'll spend hundreds of dollars for wireless mic setup, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes their microphone setup is not near, they don't put as good as, say, this setup. And no, this isn't an expensive quality setup. I'm not saying this is as good as theirs. No. At times it is as good as theirs. That's what I'm saying. At times. And I spent a little bit more for the microphone to add to it. And yeah, I have to use a certain application to make sure everything works right. And whenever you're by yourself, you are making sure that your microphone is, you're watching your microphone applications and everything else. But yeah, it's like everything else as far as a YouTuber. But yeah, I end up getting my batteries changed. I just mentioned their batteries are changed. They're brighter over there. Like, why not? I'm here getting the batteries. Why not? But yeah, let's get back onto the discussion that I popped in my head. Actually, came across as a YouTube. There's a video that I seen. It's not in the United States. This is from a Finland YouTuber. This YouTuber kind of a, I don't know, conspiracist maybe. But yeah, I tend to follow them off and on, the conspiracy type people, just to see what they think every now and then. But yeah, and but this one here kind of caught my eye, and like, I can see where this thinking could work around here for me, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I'm not putting it out to you guys what it is. It's the 15-minute city, and look it up. Look it up. You guys can look it up and make up your mind what you think about it. It's not into the, like I said, it's not in the United States, and as far as I can see, it's not worldwide really. It's just, I think it's just a thought, and maybe even just tried here and there, and basically. The government, the people governing you, only allows you to do whatever, for like 15 minutes from your house, your grocery, your doctors, or whatever. Within 15 minutes of your house, that is. And you're only allowed to leave that so many times a year out of that little 15-minute circle. And could you live like that? Could you? Could you? Yeah, I could see that happening. As long as you're not living, out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, 15 minutes is nothing for a lot of areas in the United States. There's a lot of areas you couldn't. There's no way. I mean, you're on the boonies where it takes you 15 minutes just to get to the closest town. It ain't gonna work. But for me, I live in a middle town, so I mean, it takes me 2 minutes to get to anything, really. That's why a lot of my motorcycle videos are short. I mean, the goat, it doesn't get a lot of mileage because I live in middle town. It's just a few minutes to the store and back, a few minutes to the doctor's and back. It really doesn't get no mileage. I would sit there and let it idle in town at the stop signs, believe it or not, a lot of times that I don't show on video or stoplights, just get it warmed up a little bit, let that engine get warmed up a bit. It's a joy for me just to get it out of town. So could I? Yeah, I could, but I don't like the idea of somebody telling me when and where I can or cannot go. No, 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 no. That doesn't work for me. No. We have freedoms here, and yeah, I have family members in the past that fought for those freedoms, and yeah, that's a no. That's a sheer no. No. I mean, I had friends in high school in grade school that passed away, are no longer with us, that fought for those freedoms from other countries. They didn't come back home because of that. That's a no. So, but could it? Could it? Yeah, I could see it working. I could see it. I mean, that is a discussion that could be had. I mean, you really look at it. I mean, something that I don't really like to bring up on my channel a whole lot is, for example, this previous election. I don't like to bring into solid politics and this and that and all of it and everything else. But I could have called it. I mean, if you look at it, the Democrats are going to take over the government. It's a slow takeover. I could have taken and called that. Is it the people who elected it? You could say that. I'm not going to call it. That is the type of discussion I don't want. How they got it, I don't want that. It doesn't matter in my eyes. The fact is, it's happening. Sadly. I mean, it's just like, I'll give it a call out for Pennsylvania. I mean, you look at Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's being held hostage. You look at it. A handful of counties is controlling the whole state. You say, well, that's population. Yeah. No. They've had to. No. Not that much. No. Not by that much. Not covering the whole state. But that's either here or there. It doesn't really matter. Now we got a senator that can't remember if he had taters last night. Can't be racist. No. But he held a man of color by gunpoint. And that is fact. But he was forgiven. Forgiven? Okay. Okay. Should you have been forgiven in the first place? That situation. That's neither here or there, I guess. But here in Pennsylvania, we call that a swing blade. But yeah, that's how it goes, I guess. But you think about it, though. I got way off topic like I always do, but you think about it. Can we live with the 15-minute cities? But should we? But should we? I mean, kind of it's a population thing. Are we really, truly that populated, that overpopulated? I mean, there's a lot of deserts out west. You can say, well, there's no water. Yeah. Yeah. You can truck, I guess you can truck water in if you really had to. And there's problems that, I know, but they're planning on living on the moon, too. And Mars. But they can't conquer Earth. Okay. But, just on the news. The Challenger explosion way back when. Whenever, I can't remember the exact dates and stuff, but you can look up the Challenger explosion. We had the school teacher, whatnot, sadly. They did find another piece out in the ocean, out by Cape Canaveral. I thought that was kind of cool, sad, and interesting. But they did find another piece out there. Just a little tidbit out there. I did get that, I did get my 40-meter antenna up in my house, and I was listening to it, and was pulling in pretty good that one night, and then it went down. Yeah, I ran through a door jam, and down around a door jam. And the wife, she kind of closed it pretty hard on the coax. And the coax is not the thick coax, though. It was just a RG58 and 56, and then she did it in for me, so I got to replace it. Not a big deal. I got more of it. It's just getting around to doing it. And I'll be honest with you, I was just listening to it and translating it, learning to translate it. And I'm doing online schooling too, trying to learn it. But here we had a silent key, and there was the AWRL was talking about online on 40-meter, and I was translating about it, and it was kind of cool trying to translate it that night. And it was they were going a little fast for me, but that's part of learning, part of me learning. But I figured I'd go ahead and put all this out, and just some things to think about, And I hope this is better for you guys. Hope it is. This is Muscle Mike. Wishing you all a great week. A blessed week. Signing out. 73, guys.